Alright, okay, it's been a while since I made a second part to this tutorial. For some reason I haven't made a second part, but I progressed on the, animation, I guess. I guess for you guys, I'm gonna show you how I did all that. I'm pretty sure I got the footwork down for you guys. I just need to do the stabbing for you. And since I already progressed, I think I can just show you the movements of the knife. So basically you have to have the hand and the knife. So I usually, unless I'm really lazy, keep them two separate objects. I don't really, create a symbol with both of them. I usually just, keep them both separate. But, you generally just want your knife, whatever your guy's holding, your guy's hands, to go in the same motion of walking as his body is. So let's see how the hand actually stays pretty much the same distance from his body, at least until he gets to the stabbing part. So you see him walking around, and he brings up his hand. You're going to want to tilt and turn. Using the free transform, you're going to want to tilt, pull back, and turn. And clearly his head is in the way, but I probably should have brought his hand back more. Again, this was made a while ago. His hand probably should have been made back more. And you can clearly see him lunging and bringing the knife down. Right there is where he should have lunged forward a bit, because we're gonna make the other dude move backwards, so he should have lunged forward a little bit more, so that way instead of it looking like he just kind of mentally stabbed him, it looks like he actually did. But I'm just gonna make sure that you guys know that before you actually start animating with these tutorials, because I know a few of you watched my tutorials, but not a lot. So once you get your stabbing motion down, I'm sorry I wasn't here to tutorialize that. I don't know how you put that in words, but, I'm sorry I wasn't here for that. I guess when I made the second part to the video, it must have been over YouTube's time limit at the time, because now I can upload 15-minute videos, but I guess it was over the time limit at the time. I don't know. So now we get to my worst part, the head. Now, I'm just going to try and animate this head as fast as I can, because I know I've already given you guys a tutorial on this. So, I'm just going to not really say much, just kind of make sure his head doesn't wobble a lot. That's basically the main thing. Otherwise, you just kind of got to go with the body, just like you did with the hands. Just make sure his head doesn't, shake. Meaning, if you have to drag it in a straight line, go ahead. As long as it doesn't look like he's having a head seizure. And I should probably mention this before I continue. Someone commented on one of my videos about when they're clicking and dragging like this. They must have figured it out because they removed the comment, but this is for other people. When you're clicking and dragging like this, you can't have the head selected, or whatever part you're animating selected, when you press F6, because then you see it fills in all of the keyframes. Now I can't remember or not, probably not, but I don't know if there's a option on Macromedia to make that not happen. Like when you click on a head, it doesn't select the whole blank frame. I don't think there is. So just make sure before you hit F6, you click outside of the object. See how I'm moving my mouse outside and I'm clicking right here? You have to at least be outside this box right here. Be outside that box. And my library keeps popping up for some reason. Anyway, So once you get your head movement down, you're gonna need to adjust it. I think I fell behind a couple frames there. Do the same thing. You're just gonna extend his neck out. Pretty much. You're just gonna do that. And you're gonna bring his head back. The playback. I'm gonna take out some of that onions in there. Now when we watch, we need to make sure his head doesn't look like it's shaking when he moves. So to me, this looks okay, because his head is moving exactly the same way his body is. So I'm just gonna hit enter. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Again, someone posted a comment on my video. You can also just hit control and enter. I know how to do that. I know most of the hotkeys on here. I know how to do a lot of that stuff. I don't need you guys telling me that. The reason I'm telling you this is I'm going up here to control and making sure you guys know how to do this before I make you guys, you know, do the hotkeys and stuff, because you do have to get familiar with Flash in order to understand the hotkeys. So I'm just gonna use control for now, kind of because it's like my own reaction whenever I want to replay a movie or something, an animation or something. That's kind of like my own reaction, is to go up to control, but you know. I usually hit test scene on the scene that I'm animating, because when I make a long animation, I don't want to watch the whole animation, because you will use different scenes in long animations. I know I used a lot of different scenes in that time-lapse video I posted of my Madness Combat game, but yeah, you're gonna want to add scenes, and I'll show you how to do that probably in one of my later tutorials if I get around to it. So I'm gonna hit test scene, and then clearly his head's alright, it's going exactly with his body. I mean, we still gotta add, you know, the effect, the cut of the knife, the blood splurt. I really don't make my own stuff. I'm not good at drawing, so I can't make it. I have to get sprites. I'm pretty sure I posted a link to a lot of sprites in one of my previous videos, so I probably won't in this one. Unless it's, you know, demanded by a lot of you. But otherwise I probably won't. So, anyway. Now that we have our head animated, it's time to animate the last part of this dude's body, which is his backhand, which should be behind his body. But it is going to be, you know, fairly distant from him, since we do want to show his hand. So just like with the knife, you're going to follow the same, you know, trail as the body. So, I'm going to have to maybe cut this video in half when I go back into Camtasia to edit it, because the menu just disappeared. Hang on, I need to see. Okay, I need to figure out how to get the menu back up here, because I really don't like to do this unless I really don't like to do this unless I can see the menu bar down here. Alright, well, never mind. I'll figure it out later. If anyone can, like, help me out with that, I'm still kind of new to Camtasia, I guess. If anyone can help me out with that, why it keeps disappearing on me, that would be a great help, because it just screws up. It screws me up, because I can't keep track of time. I probably will stop the video once I'm done animating this hand here, and then we'll get into part 3, which will be animating this guy and adding blood and wound. So that'll be pretty fun if you guys are interested. I mean, you may have given up on this tutorial. I haven't, obviously, because I knew I was going to forget about it in the past, apparently, and I saved it. So, okay. So let's get started on the hand. So just like with your last animation with your hand, you are going to just... I'm getting a lot of feedback for some reason. You are just going to follow your body's movements. Again, make sure your hand isn't shaky. Just make sure it looks smooth in the end. I guess, and I really need to point out some things. If you want to be good at animating, and I'm not trying to brag or anything, I think I've gotten pretty good compared to where I started. Yeah, look at my first animation before. I think I'm, semi-good at least. But if you don't use layers, if you don't use more than one layer, you're gonna have a lot of trouble animating, because you gotta keep a lot of things on the screen at once, and you gotta animate them at different times. And if you have one layer, you're gonna have to animate all of them at the same exact time, and it's really stressful. I've tried it before. It's not fun. Same with motion tweening. You want to do frame by frame with animating Madness Combat. If you can animate with a motion tween. If you can animate with a motion tween, that's great. But these kind of smooth animations are usually for just single frame by frame. They take a while, I know, but they usually get good results in the end. You don't see Madness Combat animations getting released in about a week, do you? I mean, actually good ones, not terrible, choppy, robotic ones. Anyway, I am just going to hurry this up here, because I'm not worried about the time limit. Oh no, I just want to get that menu bar back, and the sooner I end this video, the sooner that will happen. Where'd he go? There he is. So I am going to tuck his hand away a little bit, because if that hand moves forward, this hand moves back, and vice versa. And so... if I keep going... There we go. Alright, now I'm going to test the scene. Okay, so everything looks alright to me. If you have a problem with it, I guess, then that's your problem. To me, it looks okay. It looks pretty smooth to me. I mean, the walking looks okay to me. And we're going to animate this guy next, right here. We're going to animate that guy next. I know, you can see the stupid thing. And now I'm going to screen drop it. We're going to animate him next. This guy, right here. Screen drop is awesome. Bye. Hey, the menu popped up!